That took forever. Okay. Uh, cool. Everybody's waiting, which is really cool. Nice. I think we are live. Yes. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. We'll wait for everybody to come in. If you're already seeing us live on YouTube or Twitter, I'd love you to put something in the chat. Let us know where you're from, who's here today. Thanks for joining us. I've got Marcelo and Franco here with me as well, who are going to help out with the stream today. But would love to know where you're all coming from. We'll give this a couple minutes for everybody to come in. But welcome to the class. Today we're going to build some stuff in Lovable and Superbase. I'm super excited. This is our pre-stream, pre-stream show. Here and see you. Nice from Renters. Thanks. Good to have you here from London. That's cool. Can you let me know if you can hear me in the chat? Put something down if you can hear us. Should be good to go. Today we're doing some fun stuff in Lovable. And I think we're good to go. Okay, a couple of things before we kind of get into the class and into streaming, just to get a couple of admin bits out of the way. Obviously, I can't see chat whilst I'm building. So who the people that I have today are Marcelo and Franco on my team. Guys, do you want to say hello? No mics from Marcelo and Franco, no problem. But they'll be here and they'll be checking out the chat. So if you want to have any of your questions answered, if you're wondering how we're doing something, if you're wondering what the hell's going on, put the questions in the chat. Marcelo and Frank will grab them and then they'll let us know. Yeah,
Hey,
there you go. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, well, let's jump into it. What are we building today? I'm going to share my screen and let's go through what we're going to be trying to build today. Cool. I have a black Labrador called Peppo. He's here somewhere in my house, lying on the floor at the moment, sleeping. But I'm a bit of a bad owner. And one of the problems that I have is that I find it very hard to track training him, when I fed him, these kind of things. So, one of the things that I want to do today is build an app to train my dog Peppo. And what we'll then do is we'll monetize it so that other people can create accounts and they can pay for a subscription and get some premium features. We're going to try and build everything in 60 minutes. So I'm going to be very quick with some of the stuff that I do. If you need any more detailed help, there's a QR code at the top. You can grab some more time with us on a more one-to-one basis. But here are the things that we're going to try and do in the app today. So we're going to add authorization. We're going to try and create a dashboard with our features. We're going to create and add subscriptions for accounts. I'm going to try and add an AI premium feature that people will need to pay for in order to get access to. And then we'll have a landing page. And hopefully, by the end of the 60 minutes, we'll have a bit of an app that we can try and sell. What are the prerequisites to this class? What are the things that you're going to need? You need a Stripe account and a key. You need an OpenAI account and a key. And you need a Superbase account as well. I'm going to go back to where I'm building. And you can see here, I have a fresh Superbase project. Nothing is set up yet. It's just called Pet Shop App. The only thing I've added, just to get ahead of time, is some keys. So Superbase has these things called edge functions, and inside them you need to add secrets. I've gone ahead and added my secrets so I don't show anything on stream, but in the future you'll need to make sure that you have yours set here as well. So edge function secrets and add a new secret. The other thing that I've done, got ahead of and just built out to save time, is I have this pet shop product. It has a product ID, and then it's $10 a month to subscribe to this product. We'll use this in a little bit. Okay, let's jump into Lovable. And the first thing we're going to want to do is build a blank project. So let's do that. Now, why do you start with a blank project rather than a really big prompt? Lovable is one of those applications where it does things really well if you're very specific about what you want it to do. In my case, I want to build the app, but if I try and give it a load of features to build at once, it's going to get confused and it's not really going to build a very good thing. So, what I like to do is start small and go step by step till we get to our finished product. In this case, we're just going to start with a blank project and it's going to go ahead and set up all of that base stuff that we need. Cool. So now that that has created the blank project and we've spun up the preview, we're going to go and connect Superbase. I'm going to connect to my pet shop app product and we're going to hit connect. Cool. It's even given us a little bit of a landing page, which is cool. So we can use that as our base. Now, Lovable connects really well with Superbase. If you aren't aware of what Superbase is, it's a database. It also holds all of the backend functionality and it allows us to create users. Uh, if you ever want to check it out, come to Superbase and go to authentication. And if you come to policies, you can see, oh, sorry, providers, you can see all the different ways you can let users log in. In this case, I'm going to come to authentication and providers, and I'm just going to turn the confirm email step off. This means I can test the app without having to set up like an email provider or anything like that. So I'm going to hit save, make sure that that confirm is off, and we're good to go. Okay, cool. Let's get back to the app. So this should have connected to Superbase now, which is great. So what I'm going to do is say add a nav bar at the top of the page. We'll do it in numbers. 2, add a link to sign in. 3, use Superbase auth for login slash sign up. Okay. So a couple of things that we did here in the prompt, and this is one of the things that I tell a lot of people about when creating apps is like specificity. So one, we're telling it to add a nav bar, being very precise about the component that we want them to add. 2, adding a link to sign in so they can just click a button and be able to sign in. And then the context and the kind of technical part at the end is telling it to use Superbase auth. So use components we already have to put together the login experience. There's an error. We'll try to fix that. But I can see a sign in here and we have lots of sign in options already, which is cool. Great. I'm just going to see if this works. So we'll do sign up. We'll do test at let the build reload. Cool. Test at test.com. Test 1, 2, 3. Sign up. Cool. So now I'm logged in. What we want to do now is just make sure that we send the user to somewhere once they're logged in. So I'll say once a user is logged in, they should be sent to a dashboard. Let's go from there. Marcelo, Franco, any questions so far? Just a reminder, if you guys have any questions or anything that you're struggling with, you can put them in the chat.
It says if you can share the link. So I'm doing that, but it's the only question.
Thanks, sir. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, let's try this again. So this is going to say I already have account. So let's sign in now. We're doing this live, so it's a little bit wonky, but we got there. Yes, we're in the dashboard. Okay, cool. I don't like that this still says sign in, even though we're signed in, right? So I'm just going to say, make sure this says signed in or signed out based on the user's login state. Okay, small things, small things. Let's let that prompt run. Okay, what's something that I want to be able to do here in my pet shop dashboard and be able to manage my pet related activities? Well, what's quite cool at Lovable is that we can give it quite a broad prompt and it can create a lot of the features that we need. So I'm going to try and do that and then we'll refine the bits and bobs that it adds. I
Harry,
want to, hey,
we have a question from Kim. How detailed does the first prompt has to be? He's asking.
oh, great question. Not that detailed, to be honest with you. I think a lot of the time, a lot of people have this problem where they're creating prompts that are like super tall and super big, and they have like lots of different features and functionality. If you see here, we're moving more like individually, step by step on prompts. I don't know if you have anything you'd want to add to that, Fran, at all.
I think it's very important to keep the first functionality of the app first, so you can establish that it works fine. So later on the project, you are not having problems like auth for Superbase or anything else.
Exactly, exactly. So like really focusing on like the core steps, setting up users, setting up a dashboard, setting up the sign-in flow, just trying to do things like individually step by step rather than like doing everything at once. I think we all get carried away sometimes trying to make these AIs do everything, and they need a little bit of help. They are a little bit dumb. Okay, just getting back to the app. I want to improve the dashboard. Add a sidebar showing the dashboard homepage, a user settings page. Two, add the ability for me to track, uh, add the ability for me to add my dog to the dashboard. Show it in a card. So again, you're being broad here with the prompt. I've got two things that I really want it to do. I always try not to overwhelm it by putting more than two things or three. So in this case, I want it to add a sidebar, but I also want it to track my dog as well. You can see here what's quite cool with Lovable is it will go ahead and create those tables for you. So it's going to create a table called dogs, the name, the breed, the age, who is associated with, so my user ID. And then it's going to make sure that I can access my dogs, I can update my dogs, I can delete my dogs. But what's very important here is that no other user will be able to do that. It's only going to be related to the user who's looking at the data. So once it's run that SQL command, we can check what that looks like. What's it done in Superbase? It's created this dogs table for us. So we can add a name, breed, age. And now it's going to add our dog management functionality. You can see here our sign up button got updated as well, which is really cool. So let's keep pushing through. How much for time? 10 minutes. And we've already got users logging in and accessing the dashboard. Cool.
Harry, I think I don't have permit to paste a link in the comment section. If you want to share with the chat,
So
it will be good.
let's do that. There you go, guys. Feel free to check it out. Okay, a few small errors. Let's fix that. There's some TypeScript errors that are coming through, so let's do that. I think I should be able to add my dog now. Let's see. Peppo, he's a Labrador, and he's 5 years old. Oh, I think that's going to be to do with this error that we're fixing at the moment. So we'll wait for that to fix and then I'll try adding it again. Cool. So something about user IDs not being properly used there. That's cool. Thankfully, Lovable can fix most of the bugs that we have. Nice. And Peppo's in. Cool. I'm just going to fix the dashboard. What's quite cool is you can just take screenshots and feed that to Lovable. So I'm just going to say the dashboard, the sidebar is conflicting with the nav bar a little bit.
Harry, we have a question from Shark Savy. Would it
Okay.
be a good idea to have an overview of the app goals in the custom instructions? He asking.
Uh, Yeah, I think we haven't experimented with that a lot, have we, Fran? I think the main thing we do is we tell it more specifically, like, uh, make sure you always use this color. Make sure you always follow this kind of design style. Make sure that you always do X, Y, Z. So like, it's good for that, but I find like as you build this app, the features and the ideas that you have may change based on testing and stuff like that. Yeah. Anything you could add, Fran, in that case?
I think it's getting more the palette and all you want to see on the app, like the styles and everything. And then like the prompts you're going to send is like saving that. I wouldn't put so much effort in the knowledge.
Yep. We don't use it too much at the moment, but it is powerful, as you said, to give context to what kind of app you're trying to build. More so, we use system knowledge for like organize all of the components into nice folders. Follow this naming practice. Use these colors. The more like hard coded settings of your app. Um, so I'm just fixing some UI stuff here. Um, just small little things, really. So we'll wait for that. We've got 27 of you here so far. Awesome.
I think it's good for everyone start submitting their dogs, right? It's good to be idea,
Yep.
nice
Yeah.
idea.
Everybody,
Get an account and
everybody's.
submit.
Screw it. I'm going to skip over this UI stuff at the moment. I want to keep building out features, so we'll do that. I'm going to ask it to add another page called feeding tracking. Um, so I can track how many days I've fed my dog. Now, one thing we can do is we can go to UI sites to get some ideas. Uh, I want to make this feeding thing as simple as a habit tracker. Uh, I really like this from Vitali. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to say, add a page called feeding tracking. So I can track how many days I fed each dog. For each dog, show a similar UI to the screenshots attached. I, oh, I want to be able to simply check off the days I fed him. I'm not too bad of a pet dad, but it's kind of fun to track all of these metrics, especially if you can see if there's some interesting things down the road. If you feed your dog twice a
Harry,
day, how does that affect it? Go ahead.
we have a question from Kabuchi Michels. Hey Harry,
No.
how do you integrate an actual blog written on WordPress into my lovable build tool? Two,
Oof,
how do I integrate real-time data into a lovable build tool?
nice. Um, WordPress, it would just be an API connection, right, Fran? Is that how you bring your WordPress data in, or is it more like export? I think we need some more
I just
context around
simply
your
import
problem.
my data from my database into my the Superbase. It's more easy, way
Perfect,
less problems. Just import your data as a CSV, and you have no problems with the lovable build. I think.
perfect. And what Fran's talking about there for context is you can come to your table, hit insert, import data from CSV, and that'll let you bring all your data in from your other tables. I see some people are making dogs. Cool. We have some pit bulls, Portuguese water dog. I love that. Benji order. We've got some feeding records table that's just been made as well. We've got build error, so we'll click fix.
Harry Kabuchi says again, I built a crypto price tool that shows coins price on real time. How do I feed this tool information real time, leveraging leading crypto platforms?
Yeah, good question. So what you're asking there is how do you bring real-time data in from other crypto platforms, I
That
think.
should be from an API, I think.
Yes, definitely. I don't know if CoinMarket or some of these other providers have APIs that you can directly pull into their data, but that would probably be the one of the best ways to do it.
Shark
Okay.
Sadie commenting RSS feed.
Yes, RSS feed's a great idea. And there's lots of free public RSS feeds that you can get that data from as well, and bring them all together. Okay. Oh, did it fix my sidebar as well? Yes, look at this. Clean. Okay. Feeding tracking. Cool. This is not right. So I'm going to fix a few things. A few bugs to fix. One, when you click on feeding tracking or settings, the sidebar disappears. We'll just fix that for now. Like, I don't want to overwhelm it, right? So the real temptation here now is to write a prompt where it's like, okay, go do this on the dogs page and then go do this on the feeding tracking page and go and do this on the settings page. But honestly, it's a lot easier sometimes just to do one thing at a time and be patient, which is what we're going to do here.
Harry,
Plenty of time. Hey,
William Box asking, Superbase says they encrypt the data at rest. If you're bringing this up to the market, should be the customer data also be encrypted at the rest in the project database?
the customer data is encrypted, I believe. It's using RLS, so nobody's going to be able to access your dogs or your dog's feeding menu, dogs feeding stuff unless they hack your account and they get in like that. So I think you should be okay security wise for now.
It will be good also, Harry, to show how to manage roles inside the app
That's a great idea.
because I see
Uh,
you can't see all dogs right now, only yours. So
yeah, that's the point. It should only be my dogs, and it should only be their dogs. Um, Fixing some bugs. We're okay though. I just really want this sidebar to appear. And we can go from there. I got my dog though, which is cool. And then we'll add our paid feature. And we'll be getting close to being finished. I really want to make sure that we put this out in a full working state with the simplest of features. Cool. We're getting there slowly. So there's any features we should build out, call them out in the chat, guys. Anything you want to see us try and do? Okay, cool. We're getting there. Let's get this view updated because I really don't like the look of this. So refactor the feeding tracking UI to be closer to this screenshot. I'll call out what I like in the screenshot to be specific. I like that we show just the days of this current week. It's really easy to tick off each day. So that's the screenshot I fed. Sometimes it's really good to tell it like what part of the UI you want to replicate. Sometimes it will get confused and it will very generally remake the UI, or sometimes it will actually do it more specifically.
Harry, we got some nice features for the app from Shark
Nice.
Baby, walk scheduled for dog. From
Oh,
Lion
nice.
Box, can you add a vet visit schedule too?
Okay, cool. So let's just finish this little feeding tracker and then we'll go from there. This is hitting a little bug, but that's okay because we'll just hit my magic try to fix it button. And then we'll add our other audience members features. You can see how quickly it's managed to get this correct though. I really like this style of UI, just being able to check off the feeding days. So that's that done. I still want to add Stripe as well, so I'm gonna do a hard cutoff so we can make sure we add that in. There we go, cool. So it's kind of working. We have to set the wrong day at the moment. Let's check that. So add real time to the feeding tracking. 2, assume success when clicking and revert back if it fails to update. 3, when I click Thursday, it clicks and sets the day before it. So what am I doing here? I just want it so that when I click, it updates immediately rather than this lag that you see. The keyword here is asking it to add real time. And then again, assuming success. So just pretend that this worked, the click, and if it doesn't, we can always revert it back. And then finally telling it about the bug. Now the bug I wasn't very specific, so I feel like I might have to go back to that. We'll see. We'll see.
We have a nice question here, Harry. Should Stripe be added at the beginning also, shortly after the supervised auth and sign up?
It depends, honestly. For me, I like to do it after the login when they're in the dashboard and we kind of add it as like that extra feature. But right now, I'm just trying to build out features and there's no need to have like a subscription. My subscription for this app is I'm just going to give them an extra page, like a secret hidden page. If you're doing something more complex, like usage based stuff, subscriptions for like lots of app features, etc. Yes. But in this example, I don't think we don't need to do it first. Cool. I'm not going to stick with loads of bugs, so we might skip over this one, not doing the correct day, and come back to it when we have some time. Got Lolly in now as well. Some feeding tracking. You can see her dates as well.
I got a couple more features, Harry, for a
Oh,
shot
they're all coming
record
in.
and invite the dog veterinarian to the vet visit suggestion, like a team
That's so
feature
cool.
around the dog.
Yeah, we got some creative people in the audience today. What
So
one? What one do you reckon we should? What one can we add that's easy, Fran? An
I
easy
think,
add.
yeah, the most useful would be walk schedule and shot record, right?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Um, So, what are we going to do? We're going to add some more details to our dogs. So, we need to add more details to our dogs. I want to be able to add their vet shots history plus. I think that's it actually. So let's do it like this. We're going to select these cards, and I'm going to say when I open a card, we should see the information for the dog, the shot/vet history. It will know to modify our data, which is cool. Allow me to save and delete the dog via a button. Cool. Set this in. I think we'll freeze it at past and we'll focus on adding Stripe next so we can get some money. So we get some money. Cool. Okay, so it's going to create a new table for us called vet records, and we're going to associate those vet records with dogs. And then what it's going to do is going to allow us to see all of that inside the dog card. So really cool. If you are not sure about SQL, you're not sure what Lovable is doing, I would just always double check. Does it need to create a new table? Do you need that extra functionality? Is it overcomplicating things? If it is, be more specific in your prompt. Tell it you don't need that super complex solution it's going for, and it can just focus on doing the more simpler implementation. Okay, it's now going to go through and update all the front end UI, so we have those features in. There's a bug, which is okay. We'll try to fix that. Come see everybody in chat. How's everybody doing? Great to see
Just
everybody here. Thank you for joining the class.
yes. Wayne Box asking, what about some AI advisor that suggests the healthiest food to give for your specific dog type?
That's nice, and I think that will be our paid feature. There you go.
There
There
you
you go.
go.
We'll add the AI advisor as our paid feature. Cool. I have Peppo and Lolly. If I open up Peppo, I can see here his information. Oh, when I open the card, I want to be able to add the vet history here as well. The vet history record here. Cool. So we're getting there. We're getting there. This is kind of feeling nice now. We've got like a cool little app. Still got this weird bug where the wrong day is being set, but I do not want to fix that on stream with you guys. So we'll leave it for the moment. But it's definitely getting there. And it's starting to look more like a production ready app, which I'm quite excited about. I'm already thinking about how can I sell this as a way for those places where dogs go, dog daycare. How could you sell like a custom app like this to them to manage all the dogs they have and have they all been fed and stuff like that? But it's for me and you guys this time around. Okay. There's a couple of times where there might be some bugs. Level will get stuck, something happens, doesn't follow the TypeScript rules that we set up, doesn't use user ID when inserting a new record into Supabase. So we're just going to make sure that that's fixed.
Harry,
Hello.
for example, if you want to go out and sell this, what
Yes.
would be the best way to get a landing page about this product?
Yeah, really good question. I think we'll show this at the end of the class, so make sure to stick around to the end to see this step. But essentially, what's great is once you've built this app in Lovable and you have all of these features implemented, and Lovable knows a little bit more about the context of what you're building, you can ask it to add or create a landing page. And we'll do that towards the end. But it should surprise you the landing pages it can create. And we've created almost all of our landing pages with Lovable. It's really powerful for that. Okay, I want to be able to add a record. Now, this UI looks awful, but it does have everything we need. So I'll say this was a shot. It hurt. Lolly, in this case. Let's click add record. Cool, it's going to put that there. Okay, maybe one small thing to finish this feature up, and then I want to move on.
Harry,
Is
we have a question. How much has this build session cost you so far?
oh, good question again. I mean, we're on 23 edit AI edit counts. So if we think about tokens being roughly 0.3. This is $6.90 so far. If you paid a junior engineer to build this for you, it would be at least $50 to $150 an hour. So you can already see the savings, I think. I really like the UI. Can we hide the add vet record UI behind the button? That way we can just see dog details cleanly when we open the card. Again, context here, rather than just saying, can we hide it? Like give context as to why you want that change. It really helps. It'll understand your idea and it'll be able to break it down better. Rather than just saying, can you just move this? Can you just do that? I want you to move this because blah, blah, blah. And who knows, it might pick up that actually what you wanted is not exactly what you wanted at all. And it will build something out for you. So let's see. Some really nice questions. Thanks so far, Fran, for your help. It's been good. Really nice question. Okay.
Yes, sir. Good audience.
Great audience. Thanks, guys, for your questions so far. Okay, cool. Look at this. Nice. We click add record. It pops it open. This was a visit. Let's say he went, I don't know, on last couple of days. Bit the vet. Oh, no. But there we go. Really cool. Okay, that's nice. We got all that tracking in. Let's add subscriptions. This is the scariest part, but I'm ready. I hope you guys are as well. Help me out here. I need your support. We've got this. Okay, in user settings, add a button. Add two things. We're going to add two things. One, show the user's current subscription, which we fetch from Stripe using their email. If there is no subscription, just say no subscription or free plan. Then what we're going to do is we're going to say add a button that will create a checkout session in Stripe. Now, you remember I told you guys at the beginning I was ahead of the game and I already set up my secret keys. Oh, we got so many people adding feeding records and dogs now. That's awesome. Let's go to our edge function. Try not to get too excited here. Okay, and this is what I called the key. So Stripe secret key. If you ever wonder where this was, I was just clicking around project settings, edge functions, and then you'll be able to manage your secret keys here. So I'm going to say in Stripe, my key is already set in Superbase as Stripe secret key. And then on top of that, I need the pricing ID. So remember as well, I already made a product, this little pet shop product here. And what we need actually is the price ID. So I've got pricing, $10, copy the price ID. And this is going to be the price ID. Okay. Let's run this and hope it works. I'm going to check chat in the meantime whilst we wait for that to run.
No question so far, pero
No, but just to answer why unbox, this will be available on my YouTube afterwards. So feel free to check it out, and you can read as much as you want, and
Harry,
listen to as
how
much as you want.
can we get your? How can I get work from you? Like, how can I contract you, for example,
So
for my projects?
yeah, if you guys want to work with us at all, or if we can help out, there's two ways to do that. We have one-to-one training. It's in the QR code in the top left. I'll walk through with you and build your app in an hour. Otherwise, imaginaryspace.co.uk. You can find out more about the kind of packages we offer for clients there. And then I try and post all of this on YouTube. So Harry Roper on YouTube, Harry Roper on Twitter, if you want help there. Okay, we're nearly there, guys. Let's upgrade to premium. Okay, so I believe I'll need to log in again from here because it won't want to work for us. So let's load that up. Let's sign in. New test at test.com. And we're in. Cool. Cool. Looking clean. Okay. Let's do the magic thing, which is click upgrade to premium and see if it works. Oh, I'm liking the look of it. And it's got the correct email as well, which is really cool. So I'm just gonna pay for the subscription so that I'm now a subscriber. Woo. I am human. Oh, it's gonna ask me to verify. Okay, let's do that. Thankful for my bank not wanting me to get scammed. I'm logging in as quick as I can to show you guys this. Okay, awesome. Going back, and we can resume the old camera. Nice. So my subscription went through, and we also have our current plan is a premium now. So what I'm going to do is we're going to now add that sidebar feature. So we're going to say add a new page to the sidebar called advisor. on this page, show a default chat message screen with utilizing OpenAI, and I added the key here. Here is the key name I use for the OpenAI API. Cool. So we actually haven't told it to do anything around the plans yet. Like you see here how I'm trying to like be specific, not split across two things. Like, can you add all of the functionality for like pay plans? Can you also add the page? First of all, let's add the page. Let's figure out what we actually want as a feature here. It's going to do all of this stuff for us. It's even going to make the backend function to help. Here we are. You're our helpful pet care advisor. And I mean, we're not done too bad for 40 minutes. I think we are getting there. Here we are. Let's try and fix that error. But this is cool. I bet this should work as well. I think. Oh, get some bugs to fix. That's fine though, and our sidebar isn't appearing. So add our sidebar in. Now we're just gonna wait. Hey, hey, hey. That's a lie. And then we'll fix this OpenAI bug. Any more questions coming in? Where do I think Lovable will be a year from now? Hopefully, with the kind of rise and dawn of agentic AI, I think that next year agents are going to be a really hot topic. And you can think how it'd be quite cool if you could have an agent that just goes away and does some of this for you without you even having to wait for the prompt to run. It just goes off and does the work. Okay, so we've got a small bug. It's having trouble chatting to the API URL, so we're just going to ask it to fix that. And then finally, we'll hide this page and not let it be accessible unless the user has a paid plan. And that should be us within time to build and monetize an app in 60 minutes. So let's see.
I think we can do it, amigo.
I think we can do it, hey? We have 20 minutes more to finish this, but I want to get the landing page done. Just make sure that people can use this. Nice. Okay, so what can this advisor do? I would love to be able to include if I want to, include my dogs in the message I am sending so I can get some advice, including the vet and feeding schedules. Always a magic moment when this stuff works. Now, this is just standard OpenAI, so there's not many rules. But what's quite cool is as you build this out, you can define that prompt. You can define what you want the AI to do. You can define what information you want to feed it. Our example is very basic, but hopefully what it should do here is I can feed it the context about my dogs and decide if I want to do that as well. But let's see. Okay, so let's include the information about Peppo. Or was it Lolly? I put the vet visits. I'm worried about Lolly's vet visits. So look, it's taking a bit of time. Nice. And you'll remember in my dogs that I put Lolly had bit the vet, and that she had a shot and that it hurt. And our advisor said, probably best that you take it to the vet and get her used to the vet and stuff like that. So kind of feature complete. There are some things we could change, like persisting chat when we change tabs and stuff, but I think this is pretty good. So let's just make sure that only paid people can visit advisor. So I'm going to say in the sidebar component, if the user is on a free plan, doesn't have a plan in AKA, doesn't have a plan in Stripe, show advisor faded out and not clickable. If the user clicks it, send them to the settings page. If the user clicks it and are not subscribed, send them to the settings page. If they are subscribed, they should be able to visit the page. Finally, I'll just add this for context. You can see how we fetch subscriptions already in the settings page. Really helpful here. If you have some logic that you've already made on another page, just telling the AI like, hey, this already works as a feature on another page. Can you just pull that and bring it into this page and use it? Otherwise, sometimes it might make its own extra component, or it will redo the logic, or it will add some extra logic that you don't need. Okay, let's see if this works then. Cool. So I'm in the app as a free user in this version. So trying to click advisor doesn't work. I'd have to come to settings and upgrade my plan. Let's just double check this on the deploy page. Again, I can hear advisor now that my subscription's loaded. I have no dogs for this user as well. Let's add a payback. Cool. Awesome. You can tell I've got the plan, says let me click on advisor. Apart from that, if I'm not subscribed, it won't let me click. I think we're feature complete here. What do you think, Fran, Marcelo? Anything we could add? Anything I should change? Anything you guys in the chat think we should change? Any other questions around this before we kind of move on to the marketing bit?
The work schedule, the work schedule, I think it's
Oh,
missing.
what's good.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, was
So
one
we
of
add that
the
as
questions.
nice. Okay, let's add a walk schedule. Now I'm speed prompting now because we've got very limited time to try and finish this app up. But one of the things I noticed when we've been building this is that sometimes it forgets to ensure that the sidebar is added to that new page. So in this time, I'm like double accounting for that and just making sure that it does. Can you add the sidebar? Sorry. Can you add to the sidebar a new page? Oh my god. Try and say that without dying. So can you add to the sidebar a new page? Ensure that the sidebar is added to that new page. Add a walk schedule as both a page option and the ability to set on this page as well. So It's going to go ahead and create that table that we need. It's going to make sure that only I can see my walk schedules for my dogs. Let's apply the SQL as well. It's also added it to the front end. Cool. So I'll add a walk schedule. See if I can get away with doing this without having to wait for the build to load. 30 minutes, any notes for the schedule? Boom. Great, and that pops in. Cool. UI is a little bit finicky. You can see here how it's built like a good version 1, but we would want to obviously add this and continue adding it to it as well. Continue refining the experience, continue refining the UI, but I would say we're pretty close, guys. We're pretty close to launching. Woo. So gonna let it do its thing. It's gonna update a bunch of UI.
Harry,
Hello.
what lovable plan do you recommend for someone wanting to build a new little app every day?
Oh, great question. I think we've been quite lucky in the fact that we got grandfathered into our plan, so I've seen the pricing for Lovable change a lot. I know right now that it can be a little bit expensive uh, to learn. You should know that if you go and sign up to the hackathon that they're running right now, you should be able to get 50 credits for free. And I would say try and enter the hackathon and build something. They'll also reward you for credits as well, so you can earn up to $1,000 in credits. Um, and yeah, I'll go check that out. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this, apart from my sidebar is missing, even though all of that stuff I told you about preparing for not the sidebar not being added. So I'm gonna say add the sidebar again to the walk schedule page. Then we're gonna sign out and we're gonna pull all of this into a landing page, and we should have feature complete app in 60 minutes, which I am excited for. And I can't believe we've done actually, but hey, we killed it. Thanks to everybody for their feature ideas as well. We've had some really good ideas this session. Uh, Still struggling to add this sidebar. Let's get it to add it in. And we go from there. You have the advisor button on your free account. You should. It should be faded out the.
It was before you added the condition. So
Nice. Great. There we go. We got the sidebar back in as well. That sidebar is giving me so much trouble today. This is pretty cool though. Look at this. Fucking hell. Very quick. So you've got feeding tracking. We can add our individual dogs. We can add walk schedules for each dog. The advisor is faded out, and we have a premium button, so you can upgrade a premium and get access to our AI advisor. I would say we're pretty close now. So I'm going to say that this one is done in terms of features backend, features for paid users, features for free users. Let's run the final magic command that I think a lot of people will find interesting. So for the landing page on the index page, let's refactor slash redesign, calling out all the cool features we now have in our dashboard. Optimize for Crow. Crow is conversion rate optimization. So hopefully pushing people to sign in and check out our app.
Harry, I heard a lot of questions on the Lovable form that Lovable uses like the same templates over and over. How can we avoid this? For example,
Yeah. Do you want to take that, Frank?
well, I think the best approach is importing pictures about the design you want, a specific.
Yes.
If you want maybe to change up a component that Lovable created for you, you can use Photoshop if you got the hands too, right? But there are a lot of sites that really helps you with the designs if you're stuck, like Dribble or Layers, like is
Yeah.
shown. Right? So yeah, you
So
can get
layers is really
ideas
good.
from there. Yeah.
yeah, what you said, Fran. Just bring the pictures in and ask it to recreate it, and we were able to
Exactly.
build.
But you
Uh,
you should be able to really detail the points in the picture you want. Also,
yep.
it's not just like dropping the picture and that and like that. So
But I mean,
like
like,
really
just for
see
example,
this sidebar. I want this font the same as, for example.
exactly. So, like, what Fran's saying there is like, if you really like this design here, but the actual part that you like is the timeline and the gradient parts, you should tell it that, like, hey, I really like this UI, but I just want you to rebuild the timeline part and the color gradient part, and be specific about the change you want. Okay, let's look at the landing page. Yeah, it does look pretty basic, but it's actually got pretty much all of our stuff now. So the complete pet care management platform. Get started for free. They can view the demo. I'm signed in, so it's gonna show me that already. Let's see if that's a bug. We have to fix that button. Get started for free works nice. Feeding management, smart work state, cool. Smart reminders, multi-pet support, AI pet advisor. Start managing your pet career better today. Cool. Uh, awesome. Few small things we could fix up now, but how many edits did we do there? 36. Let's go. Um, and we have a fully feature complete app. Now, let's like step away from this, right? This isn't production ready yet. This could do with a little bit more tweaking. But you see how in an hour's session we've built out a complete landing page for an entire app. We've built out auth, so users can sign in and manage their dogs. They can manage the feeding tracking of their dogs. They can set the walk scheduling. We have an AI feature that is not enabled, but once they upgrade to premium, they get access to that page. I can then talk about the dogs that I'm carrying at the moment. So it's worth saying here that, like, if you can take anything away from this session, it's that specificity and having an understanding of what you want to build and where you want to go will really help with this. And hopefully, following these steps, you'll be able to build your own app. Um, I'm gonna stop here because we've pretty much hit our time limit and built an app within 60 minutes. So, love to know if anybody has any questions for us. Any questions at all? Make it responsive. It says Fables and Faith. Sure. This is pretty easy. So we can run a prompt which would be like, can you make everything responsive? But that's not going to be very good. So why don't we say something like, can you make the My Dogs page responsive on mobile? Just to show how easy this is. Get my cable as well. And opening the floor up to questions. If any of you have any questions related to this project, not related to this project, lovable questions, AI prompting questions. What's my favorite color? Happy to answer. Happy to answer. Let's see if it ran this responsiveness nicely. Make the sidebar responsive as well, because I think that's causing some issues, but it's getting there. It's getting there. You can see how we get there with some tweaking and some building. This is cool. It's going to give us a mobile and a desktop version for the sidebar.
We're getting nice questions, Harry, on the chat.
Yeah, nice. Should we move on to that? There we go. Basic responsiveness done. That's really cool. Woohoo! I'm so happy with this app. I'll never release it, but I'm so I'm so happy. It's all working, which is awesome. And yeah, you guys could do this as well. It's really easy. I think every one of you has the ability to put this together. Just follow this video, put your own app ideas together, and you got it. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I'm going to come back to questions, and let's see what everybody's got in the chat. Okay. So here we are, Kim. Really good question. So in summary, get lovable, get super base, get all the APIs you want to connect, and then be as specific as possible with images, etc. That is it. So basically, set up your login, get your Supabase account set up and ready. Go get all your APIs and all the API keys you want. Get that all ready in a nice list, and then yeah, straight after that, you can start building. Use images for context, and yeah, talk to the AI. You know, you aren't charged for questions with Lovable. You're only charged when it changes code. So if you aren't sure about something, you can always ask Lovable first and go there. How can we join the hackathon? Says Shark Savvy. Go on Twitter, look up Superbase Hackathon. It's there. You can also type in Lovable Hackathon. They're both running hackathons, I think, at the moment. But yeah, the Lovable one, just type in Lovable Hackathon. You should be able to find it everywhere. Cool. Awesome. Franco asks, is there a way to create 3D on Superbase? You can create 3D stuff. Just type in use P5.js. It also works really nicely with Spline, if you're aware of that tool. And it's really good. Do you think Lovable is the leading AI coding environment right now? I don't use any other coding environment, but I've been told about Bolt and I've used V0 in the past. However, when I was using both at the time, Lovable was 10 times ahead. And they still are, to be honest. I think they're my bet for the moment. But I've heard lots of great things about V0 and Bolt as well. I'm not too agnostic. I just, just build. Just build and enjoy it. How would you suggest fixing my sidebar? It appears transparent on mobile. Try full prompts to fix it with no success. Tom, really good question. I'll share my screen again quickly and show you in the builder. So let's say you're on the mobile and your sidebar is popping out like this and it's transparent. You can use the select tool. So select this. And then I would just say something like, on mobile, my sidebar is transparent and has no BG. Can you go through all the code and make sure that the sidebar on mobile responsiveness has a white background or a black background, etc. I thought mine was transparent then, but it's not, which is cool. Hopefully that answers your question. Do you work with Lovable? How long will it take you guys to have an actual customer care team? What does it cost for a 20-minute one-on-one session? I am not with Lovable. I just collaborate with them a lot. I've been using the tool for the last year. I found them when they were open source. Now they're commercial. I know that they're scaling very fast. They're growing like crazy, and customer support is one of their biggest priorities. I would say if any of you want to get support, come to the Discord. Go search Lovable on the internet. There'll be a link on their website or on their Twitter to the Discord. Come join us on Discord. We'll all help you out and try and help you out as best you can. That's where you can get 20 minutes from me for free, because sometimes I'll just be in the chat. I'll see your problem and I'll reply to it. But yeah, if you want a true one-on-one session, the QR code is up here somewhere here. Just sign that and you can jump on there. I'm very busy at the moment, so I do have to charge for it. But as I said, if you post in Discord, more than likely I'll see your message and try and help out for free if I can. Cool. I think we're coming to the end of the session. We'll do one more question from Tom Oakes, and then we'll go from there. When integrating Stripe, is it possible to have a free trial and section for affiliates to generate their own affiliate links? Yes, you can use lots of SaaS tools for this. There's some SaaS tools online called like Rewardly or Rewardful. I would look into those. They directly integrate into Stripe, and they have really nice documentation set up. Always thinking about how can you use existing technology and not reinventing the wheel here. Okay. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us for today's first live stream. Really, really, really excited. We built the app. What the hell? We built the app. It works. So yeah, this will be on YouTube. If you want to watch the recording, feel free to do so. Follow us on Twitter, Imaginary Space, across all the web. And then I'm Harry Roper. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube as well. Thank you very much to Franco and Marcelo for helping. We'll be doing these again, so keep an eye on everything. And yeah, really appreciate it. Cheers.